Hey, how you doing, everyone? Tonight we're going to be going over some DeFi on the ULX project that we're all a part of. We have our leadership group here, and we're going to be doing these trainings every single week. We have Brian Lathe, who's on our team, and he's an expert in DeFi. He's actually taught me how to set up my DeFi with the farming and everything. And I have 3 different liquidity pools growing right now every single day. It's super, super exciting. And we want everyone to be able to participate in this who wants to, but we also want to put a little disclaimer out there that this is extra, you guys. This is nothing to do with the Mavie back office or anything like that. This is nothing that you're forced to do. This is like all of your staking is already done for you. It's automated. You're getting your coins every single day, but this is extra for the people who want to actually learn the steps of how to do DeFi, how to swap and how to stake and how to do all of the different things that you can do inside MetaMask. So with no further ado, for the sake of time, I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Brian Lathe, who is an expert in DeFi, and he's absolutely crushing it. So go ahead and take it away, Brian.
Well, thank you so much, Malik. I'm going to share my screen here. I'm going to share my screen just briefly, and then we'll help Michelle get started. But Vitaly was showing this website a little bit today. Excuse me. And this website is called DeFi Llama, and Llama has 2 L's. So can everybody see this here? DEFI.
Yes, Brian.
Okay. So there's 2 L's there, DEFILLAMA.com. And if you go there and click on chains, this is basically the screen that Vitaly was showing today. And if you go all the way down to 73, I believe it is, you're going to see Ultron. So you just look at these numbers down here. 73 is Ultron. You can also do a search because we're climbing. We're actually climbing this list because we've got 66, I think that's $6,600,000 of TVL. And if we get just a little bit more, do you see that? We're going to be in 72nd place. And then probably sometime next week, we're going to be in 71st place. You know, so there's a lot of 7s and 8s here we can jump over. And we'll you know, and then maybe it starts getting a little bit wider up here. But through some of these numbers here, we're going to have some pretty smooth moving here over the next couple of weeks, and we'll be able to get into the 60s, I believe.
And Brian, can you kind of tell them why this is important? Because a lot of people don't understand like what is DeFi Llama and things like that. Like what type of coins are actually listed on DeFi Llama so people can understand why this is big to be listed here.
Yeah. So these are all layer 1 blockchains. Okay. So you know, everybody's probably heard of Ethereum, and they've heard of Tron, and they've heard of Binance Smart Chain. Those are the top 3. Okay. You know, so when you get down these lists, you may, you know, some of the people who've been doing a lot of things in crypto have heard of all these names. Okay, Solana is a really big name. I'm gonna share a little bit about Solana here, but that's a really big name in crypto. But you know, so you get down these lists and you just take a look at them. Some of these you maybe, you know, it gets into the 20s, you may not have heard of them, except for maybe Cardano. Some of these, you know, that are in there, but some of these they're getting to some smaller coins you might not have heard of. So this is kind of a really good way for people who are into DeFi like me. They can start learning about some of these chains that are other chains that they can get involved with. And when they see Ultron popping in there and they start hearing about it a lot, they're going to come check and see if it's over here, and they're going to see it, and that's going to impress them a lot. Now I'm going to do something pretty amazing here. This is something I wanted Vitaly to show. But if you click on 7-day change, what that's going to do now is instead of sorting it by, I got some extra things here. Okay. 7-day change, that's going to sort it by growth versus sorting it by TVL. So sorting it by TVL is looking at it to where you're comparing who's the biggest. And obviously we're not the biggest. We're one of the smaller ones right now. But if you look at it by growth, guess what you're going to see? Isn't that amazing?
Wow, that's huge. We're at number 8 right now as far as
and remember I told you I was going to talk about Solana because you may not have heard of this one. Okay, Ergo, Ravencoin, Kujira is starting to make some news. Okay, Ethereum Classic you may have heard of. Okay, but most of these coins you may never heard of, right? Okay, but you've heard of Ultron, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so look at this. You might have heard of the Doge coin, but this is Doge Chain. It's a DeFi platform for Dogecoin. So obviously they've got a huge community. That's why they're growing fast. Okay, but Cardano's up there growing nice and fast. But who else is up there? A couple days ago, Solana was up there, and I wanted to compare. Solana has obviously dropped down the list because I can't find them anymore. But a big name like Solana, it's in the top 10, right? Top 10 of crypto.
Yep.
But I can't even figure out where they are here. I'm looking for them.
And look at where we are.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're ahead of all the top 10s in crypto in the growth. See that? Yep. So we're growing at 19% here in 7 days. This is 7-day growth. Okay. And look how many protocols we have.
Wow.
We have one protocol, and that's called ultronswap.
Yep.
Okay, so now when we get the Lotto Day and we get the lending and borrowing platform and we get some other platforms, this number will go up. But when that number goes up, what else is going to go up? Do you guys know?
Price of the coin.
Well, the coin, but TVL. Okay, so somebody asked a question what that TVL means. And was that you, Malik, or was that
I think it was Dan White, remember?
Okay. I just can't remember. I was talking about the call with Vitaly. But whoever asked that question about the TVL here, that's 6,629,000 number, that's everything. That's not just ULX. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you bridge over your USDT, you're improving this TVL. When you bridge over anything and come on to ultronswap and buy any of those coins, you do any of that yield farming, you do any of this, you're improving this TVL here. It doesn't have to just be ULX.
Wow.
So isn't that exciting?
Yeah, for sure.
So
we're contributing. Everything. We're contributing tonight with what we're doing here.
When we have more protocols and we do things on those protocols, we're improving this TVL because this is the measure of the blockchain. It's not a measure of ULX coins. It's a measure of what the blockchain is doing. So,
and Steve, can you see the chat? Did someone ask a question?
Yeah, they did. They wanted to know, what does that stand for?
What does which stand for? TVL?
Donna asked the question. Donna, you could unmute and ask.
Yes, what does TVL stand for?
Okay, so TVL is total value locked. It's the same number when you go to ultronswap. It's the same number that they're displaying right here. So this is the total value locked specifically on ultronswap. Okay, so when we have other protocols, and you come over here, and you might say, well, this is saying 8 or 9 million. You come over here, and this is saying 10, 11, 12 million. Well, there's another protocol being added to that. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, yes, thank you.
So this will give you a really good look at what the whole entire blockchain TVL is. If you come here on ultronswap, you're just going to see the TVL for this is, I believe this is just specifically to ultronswap. It's not the whole blockchain. So that's interesting, but this will definitely grow as that TVL grows. We'll get higher up the list. We'll keep up here in this 7-day change, and we'll get, so if anybody came along and they clicked on this and they took a look and they'd never heard of Ultron before, they might have just discovered it by doing this.
That's nice.
So that's just another way we can get discovered out there. And they're going to go, wow, one protocol? How are they doing it?
Love it.
So, yeah, I wanted to show you. Somebody, I think, said 50, I think, was Solana. Is it in the 50s? Okay, here it is, 55. So Solana has 79 protocols. And they only grew 4.17% in the last 7 days. And they've had a loss recently, too. So they had a daily loss and a whatever time frame that is. A monthly loss. So And that's 79 protocols. They got 79 different teams of people out there trying to gain a community. And we only have one with ultronswap. So, but they're big, you know, you can take a look at the numbers here. You know, they're in the billions. So they're a really, really big boy out there. But we'll catch up one day.
Damn, Ethereum had over 500.
Yeah.
That's a big protocol
Killing
for
the
sure.
game. Champion
Got the most of
right
everybody.
there.
And someone
Really?
asked in the chat, Brian, what is the value of Solana right now? What's the value of the coin?
So you could go to places like Coin Market Cap or CoinGecko, and you could search for various coins and see what the prices are. I don't know what it is offhand. But I'm gonna share something here. Little extra. It's not specifically DeFi, but if you ever were curious about coin prices and things like that, so Solana is SOL, and you can bring it up and take a look at it. So it's $32.22 a coin right now. Okay, and here's like all kinds of ways you can do some research on it. And if you come down here, you'll see the price, and I've got extra things on there because I got it compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, but normally it'll just look like this for people. But if you ever wanted to figure out like where you could buy a coin, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Well, I'll compare Solana to ULX. So that's a question that I get asked a lot is, where do I buy a certain coin? Does that make sense? Like you find out about a coin, where can I buy it? So you bring it up on either Coin Market Cap or CoinGecko, and you click on this button called Markets. And all of these places are where you can buy it. So all these different exchanges, and sometimes you might find like Uniswap or some different things in here. Okay, so Solana is in a lot of places. But if we go to ULX, and we do the same thing, we click on markets. They're the places we already knew: panckakeswap and Uniswap.
Besides our own exchange.
Well, yeah, you can buy it on ultronswap, but you have to bridge it over first.
Yeah.
So these are where you can essentially buy it without having to bridge anywhere. So so
Can I
that's the
ask you a
story there.
question? Can I ask you a quick question, Brian?
Yeah.
Because I know Uniswap is Ethereum based.
Right.
So my question to you is that I remember in the chat something about WETH as far as like farming.
Sure.
So do you have to do that on Uniswap?
No.
Or
No,
is that,
you can bridge over.
explain that? Because
Yeah.
I actually did, I did when Vitaly did that, I actually I have some ULX in my MetaMask that I just bought myself outside of, and I know you mentioned something about farming, and I don't know how to do that.
Sure. So it's a very good question. You can bridge over onto ultronswap. So what I encourage people to do is bridge USDT on Binance Smart Chain. So you do that through the bridge button over here. And then you come over here and you connect Binance Smart Chain. And then it's going to go through, I don't know if you see the MetaMask wallet pop up or not, but it's going to go through the MetaMask wallet. And then once that's all connected, hopefully I didn't connect Polygon. Okay, so Binance Smart Chain, I usually connect it on this side, and then I click the arrow, and then that pops it over here. My wallet wants to approve that.
We can't see your MetaMask.
Yeah, unfortunately, the way I'm sharing, I guess
Yeah.
you can't MetaMask, but my MetaMask wanted me to approve it to have it switch over here. But you want to have Binance Smart Chain over on this side and then Ultron over here. And then you want to select this over to USDT. And then you're going to see that the fee is 90 cents. if you were to switch, whoops, I'm sorry. If you were to swap over or bridge over, can we even do the ULX? Yeah. If you wanted to bridge over ULX from Binance Smart Chain, it's going to charge you 24 ULX, which is a little bit more than $1. So, not exactly sure what it is. It might be almost like $1.50, but you'd have to multiply that by the price of ULX to figure out what that is. But it's more than 90 cents. So that's why I'm encouraging people to do USDT, because it's only 90 cents. And then your minimum is $12 of USDT. And then you can bridge that over. And then I might work with Michelle tonight. We can maybe set up a liquidity pair and do some farming. But
Yeah.
Once you are in the farms, and once you have your USDT swapped over or bridged over, I'm sorry, trying to make sure I say the right word so I don't confuse people. So you're not going to actually be bridging over Ethereum. What you're going to do then is you're going to go into the swap and you'll take your ULX or your USDT, whatever you have, and then you can swap that for Ethereum right here.
Yeah, Buster's right. He said you'd be crazy to use ULX for gas fees. I agree with that.
Or Ethereum for gas fees, you mean?
No, he said ULX. You wouldn't want to use ULX for gas fees. 24 ULX. Why would you want to do that?
Oh, yeah, for the fee. Yeah, for the bridging fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but anyway, you can swap the whatever tokens you have here for this WETH. So you'll be buying it on ultronswap. You won't be buying it on Ethereum and bridging it over. That'll cost you way too much money.
So is that, Brian, is that where you farm it? Where do you farm it at? Because I want to do the
first of
farming
all-
thing.
Yeah, you first of all have to buy some of it. Okay. And then you come over here and you create liquidity with it. So you'll want to create the Ethereum. You'll want to have some Ethereum ULX liquidity tokens. So once you create them here under liquidity, then you farm them. You come down here and you stake them. You click the stake button.
How about we get Michelle on that farm right there? I think that one right there,
That was just a quick rundown.
314%.
I'm gonna stop sharing.
Man,
Figure out how
that
here.
thing.
Here we go. All right. So now Michelle can share.
You ready, Michelle? We can't hear you.
I am ready. Okay, so
ultronswap.com.
So Michelle, did you
right now.
connect your MetaMask over to Binance Smart Chain yet?
I don't know. Remember you asked me that and I don't know. How would I find out?
I guess we can find out.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so are you connected to Ultron?
Yes, inside my MetaMask. Yes.
Okay, so click the connect wallet there on the green area. And then choose MetaMask there. Okay, so the MetaMask will pop up. And it looks like you are on the smart chain. So switch over to Ultron. Okay, so your wallet address is now in the upper right-hand corner there. You're that's a sign that you're connected.
Okay.
So now if you were to click portfolio, it'll actually show us how many ULX you have. Okay, so it looks like you've got 7. You've got 50 cents worth. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you need more.
I never bought any. I think Mansa sent me over some is how
Okay.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, so do you have some USDT that's ready to bridge over?
Sitting in, I have some sitting in KuCoin. I have some sitting in Coinbase.
Okay, so
Where
KuCoin
does
will-
it? KuCoin, okay.
KuCoin. So if you
So
copy
you want me
your
to
MetaMask
give you-
address,
So copy this.
Coinbase is unfortunately going to put it in Ethereum. And we don't
So,
want to.
Brian, I think first we have to make sure that she has the USD on the Binance Smart Chain, right? USDT on the Binance Smart Chain.
We're going to do that from KuCoin.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So you want me to copy this address, Brian, the Ultron
Yes.
address?
Actually, copy it from MetaMask. So open up your MetaMask.
Okay, hold that thought. I don't know how to.
I'm sorry. I thought maybe you knew how to do that. Okay, so do you see where it says account one?
Yep.
Right. If you click right there, it'll actually copy your. So if you ever need to copy your MetaMask, that's where you go to copy it.
Okay, fantastic.
And then so now you can go over to KuCoin.
Okay, hold that thought. I never use my computer to do KuCoin. I always do it on
You
my
could
phone.
possibly do it over the phone. Because we can get a QR code.
That's
your
okay.
MetaMask
Do it
address.
this way. Happen.
It might make you bring up your phone and do a authenticator also.
Right.
Oh, Ethan.
So it's going to send you a text message that it wants you to put the numbers in there.
So for food tech, I was going to, we were making food, and so that's why I packed like a little amount of food, only up and go and a thing, and then we can make it homemade stew. But that's going to be pretty
Flag
hard
is a
on
moderate risk. No, I just have to get my Google Authenticator, right?
I was like starving.
Yeah,
Like,
so
I
this
was-
is
my
this is
stomach
actually
growling.
gonna be a text message.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Was that Google Authenticator?
Yeah.
Okay. It worked. All right. So you can choose either one there.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. But so your USDT, is it in the main account?
I
Or is it
believe so, yes.
probably in the main account? Okay, yep, that's where it is. So now you can click actually withdraw, I believe it is, under USDT.
Okay.
So it'll be, I think that'll work too. So yep, so we got USDT selected under coin. So you can paste in your wallet address there. And then under network, we want the Binance Smart Chain.
That guy.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so
Why
that's
is it
actually gonna be a $5 fee.
Do I not have enough in USDT?
It's gonna take a $5 fee out of it to do it, unfortunately.
I have
I didn't
more
realize the fee was that
US.
high.
I had a lot in KuCoin earlier. But let me just grab some more from Coinbase real fast.
So you're able to send it from Coinbase over to KuCoin?
Yeah,
Okay.
How would I just believe it again?
just so we have enough.
It's like, I have to give Sean $5 or something.
I wonder if maybe sending BNB from
Okay, give Sean.
KuCoin is cheaper than sending USDT. I'll have to take a look into that and figure out if it is.
Yeah, yeah. Are you saying to send Binance Smart just BNB?
Right, that might be cheaper. I'm seeing
BNB is cheaper.
USDT is
Oh,
Yeah.
$5 too.
so you do
It
not
is.
want me to send more USDT over there or no?
We need a minimum of $12.
Yeah, I'm sending it now. It should be there shortly. It only takes a couple minutes.
It'll actually be $12 plus this $5 fee.
I just sent 25 over, so.
Okay.
And guys,
I
just pay attention to all these fees in crypto. You see the huge differences, 25 for ERC20 Tether. Look at that. 5 for Binance Smart Chain, and Solana only $1.10 for KuCoin, but then I believe it's $1 or less also for TRC20. But that's what we have to pay attention for. This is where, you know, saving money is a stream of income. So we always want to move correctly with crypto, you know?
Right. And we might find that, like, for where it says Binance Smart Chain, that moving another coin might be cheaper than moving USDT.
Yeah, you know what, Michelle, if you just send over your address for Binance Smart Chain to me, I could just send over some USDT. It'll be a lot faster.
Okay, so get it, where do I get the BNB address?
Get the address from the one that you had copied from your MetaMask, and then send it to me, and then I'll send over the USDT.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yep. So your MetaMask address is the same address on every blockchain. It's the same address for Ultron, same one for Binance Smart Chain, same one for any other chain.
I just put it in this chat here, Malik.
So that address she copied, that was ULX, right? It's the same you saying for Binance Smart Chain, all that. It's all the addresses of different chains is all the same.
Exactly. Now you can't use MetaMask to go from chain to chain. You have to
Right.
use the bridge for that.
Right.
But if I knew your MetaMask wallet address for Ultron and I wanted to send you some USDT on Binance, I could do it with that same wallet address.
So that's
Okay.
what Malik's doing right now for me.
Yes.
That's what I wanted everybody to know, that, you know, explain that so everyone knows that's so good. That's so good.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to do all these extra things.
Yeah, Aaron, it is. The authenticator is a second.
So how
step.
much do you want to use, Michelle, for this thing?
Oh, I don't know. Brian, how much do I need?
Well, $12 is the minimum, but you can go a little higher than that.
All right, let me send some more.
And then
than
it's
that.
an extra 5, right? You said?
If Malik is sending it right to your MetaMask,
Yeah.
that'll avoid that $5 fee.
Oh, okay. Because I have 12 sitting in. Oh, that's right. I only have it in KuCoin.
So we can
I-
try to figure out on another call how to get that USDT transferred maybe into BNB and see if there's a lesser fee with BNB.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely a lesser fee with the BNB.
We'll want to switch this over to Binance Smart Chain.
This?
Yep.
So I
So-
go up here?
Right there, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I do remember some things. Smart chain.
So
This guy?
you may not have USDT listed as an asset there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Brian, in the beginning. Remember, I was saying that she
Oh,
needed
it
to
listed
list.
as an asset. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm gonna send it, and then even she'll probably have to list it, and then it will pop up after she lists it.
We can go over to the BSC Explorer and see if it's in our wallet.
What? Brian, you want me to do something? I'm sorry.
Well, let's just see if it shows up in your wallet here.
Here, right? I'm waiting here for Malik.
Right, we're waiting in the MetaMask right there.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I just sent over like $100.
Look at you, big spender. I'll pay you back.
All right, so yeah, we should see it, but we might have to get the contract address for the USDT on BNB. I think I might have it on my let me see real quick.
You guys are talking college level and I'm still in kindergarten, by the way.
And it looks like
I
we're
just
gonna.
sent the address
It looks
in
like
the
we're gonna-
chat.
Okay, he said he sent the address in the chat.
So what, do I go grab it?
Yeah. So you would just go to import tokens, and then that address, you'll put that in, and then it should populate the USDT.
Import tokens. Where's import tokens?
It would be a number that would start with a 0x.
Oh, import tokens.
Yeah, that's where you start it.
And then do I stick it in here? The one that Buster just gave me? No, invalid address.
I think that's actually I think that's a USDT TRC20 wallet address is what that is.
Oh, wrong address, Buster, but thanks for trying.
Yeah, so we would need
Anybody?
Binance Smart Chain token address for USDT, and I don't know what it is offhand.
How would I get it?
Sorry, it froze. What address are you guys looking for?
It's Binance Smart Chain contract address for USDT.
Oh, okay. Let me go. If y'all don't get it Friday, I'll send it over.
Did you already send over the USDT, Malik?
Yeah, Malik said he sent over the,
Okay. Let's check and see if it's in there before we import here.
So you need the BEP 20, correct?
Yes. Hit the X. Okay, right there, we're good. Okay, we don't see it in the wallet yet. Yeah, so it looks like we will need to import that.
That's it right there.
Looks like Steve gave us something.
He
awesome.
just sent it. Okay, cool.
Steve, you rock.
So yeah, when I set up a PDF that it kind of steps people through this, I'll definitely have to have that contract address in there so that people can add that.
Why isn't it letting me paste? There we go. Paste. All right. Oh, it automatically came up.
All right. You're looking good. 100 USDT. Yep, just click the import there. So now if you go back to assets, you should see that in there. 100 USDT.
Why don't we see it?
It's just a little bit lower. Scroll down just a little bit.
Yeah, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see it. It's
Oh,
there.
okay, I got it.
So
Bam.
the other thing that we're stuck with here is we need just a little pinch of BNB to pay for gas fees.
Okay.
I've got BNB if you want to give me your address.
We could try to bridge it over. I don't know if you need some BNB or not, but I guess we could try to bridge it over. So let's go
Okay.
to ultronswap.
Oh, hold on. I have all these black boxes in the way. Ultronswap.
I don't know if we actually need BNB for the fee or not. Okay, so it is connected there. Yeah, go ahead and switch the network. They might ask us to switch it back here in a
I
second.
gotta keep moving these black boxes all over.
And then click on bridge. So this is how we start the bridging process. We want to click on bridge. And then where it says BSC there, we want to click the arrow and move it over to the from side. Not that one, but the one in the middle,
This one?
that one there. And then this is going to go through your MetaMask wallet again to switch the network.
Switch the network.
And then under token to bridge, where right now it says BTCB, we want to change that to USDT. Right there, yeah. And then you can actually click on that 100 or the max. I guess we'll have to click on the max. And that'll bring the 100 up there. And now we should be able to go to the bottom and click bridge. So this is where I don't know if 100% if we need the BNB. Yeah, it looks like we'll need a little bit of BNB to finish.
Okay.
So you need just a
So-
little bit of BNB to pay the gas fee to bridge it over.
All right, hold on a second. I gotta go back to MetaMask, right? And grab that address and send it to Buster. I
It'll
think Buster said he
be the
would
same
need-
one.
Just put it in the chats and I'll grab it.
Oh,
out
it
of
is in the
chat.
chat. It is. It's the same one. It doesn't change.
Same one that Malik sent the USDT over to.
Hold on, Buster, I'll get it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of the fun thing with MetaMask is every coin, like whether it's BNB or USDT or ULX, whatever coin it is all going to have that same wallet address. So as long as you get the blockchain correct, which like on KuCoin they call it network. As long as
OX8D, right? OXF88D.
OXF, yeah. 188D is the end.
Okay.
So this is kind of like the biggest hurdle with
And the BNB is a small amount. How much is that? Like 0.06? How much BNB is that?
6
Not
cents,
much at
right?
all. It's super cheap, bro.
Yeah, super cheap.
6 cents.
but that's just for the permission.
Oh, the
So-
BNB is way lower than that. Yeah, 6 cents. It's like 0.0002 something, right?
Yeah.
But I think there's going to be another fee that'll be associated with the bridging. That's just permission.
It's still really cheap. BNB is super cheap. That's why I like using it.
So Donna's asking what if you could buy the BNB. We could do it, but BNB is the gas fee token. So in order to do any kind of transaction on buying on the within the MetaMask, you'd still need the BNB to pay the gas fee. So if you didn't have any, we can't get anywhere, unfortunately. So that's what I was just going to say is this is kind of like the biggest hang up in crypto is if you run out of your gas fee token, you're stuck.
But you can always just buy more for your gas stuff, right?
Yeah, but that's why Brian is saying like it's a good idea to always let some hang back and not use all of it, because sometimes if you use 100% of it, then you end up having to buy some where you could have just left some back and you could have had some for
Right.
gas fees.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah. So like right now, like you're just getting started. It looks like on MetaMask, even though you've had some networks set up and some things, you're just kind of just getting started. So you
Yeah.
actually need some of these tokens to just kind of like be in your wallet to be able to get that transaction process started.
Okay.
But
So it
once we
should
get all
be
those,
in your wallet.
It should be, okay. So how do I check? Back?
yep. So just go back to the assets. You actually have another tab open, I think, of MetaMask.
Oh,
Yep. So you got a little bit. Yep. You got enough there, I think.
all right, fantastic.
That's over
Now we can-
$5, so it should be plenty.
Now we can go back to ultronswap.
Gosh, this last one.
And we can make this actually work now.
Ugh.
So Brian, why do you think the liquidity pool got so much bigger with as far as the percentage? Because I remember a couple of days ago it was a little bit less than 300%. Now it's above 300%. So what made that drastic change over the last couple of days?
Have you been watching the actual amount of the amount of volume that's actually staked in there? Have you been watching that too?
I haven't, to be honest. I just been kind of like looking at the percentages because that's what I'm interested in, you know?
It could be the price increase. It could be maybe there's even more transactions happening within that pair. So those are basically the things that cause that APR to go up is the amount of liquidity that's in there, the price of the coins that are in there, and how much volume is actually swapping between those two coins.
Okay, and like that percentage that they give, is it like 300% per day, per week? What does that percentage represent?
That one there is annual. So if you want to find out the daily, you just divide it by 365.
Oh, so you mean if I lock in right now and I get into that pair tonight, I'm going to be locked in for that price for like a whole year?
It's not locked. It's at that very moment, it's that high.
Okay.
So if all of a sudden a whole bunch of liquidity floods in there and it falls down to say 100%, then all of your liquidity pairs go down to 100%.
Okay. Makes sense.
So it's a moment by moment number.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, for sure.
So it's not like the 0.2% that we get all the way up until June 2023. It's not like a, you know, like a guaranteed thing like that.
Exactly. So that's why it's important to get in early, because the more people that come in, those percentages will go down basically.
Yeah, because that's based on the whole tokenomics of the whole white paper and everything. They set that all up when they wrote the white paper, is my understanding.
All right, cool. Thank you for clarifying that.
So
So it looks like she's all ready to go. So now we can do that bridge.
So all we got to do, maybe I didn't know she was waiting for me. All you got to do is click bridge. And then that looks like it's set up. So we just need to click USDT there. And put the 100 in there. And then go down to the bottom and hit bridge. And I think it's going to work this time. So on MetaMask, you just have to scroll down a little bit. And there'll be confirm.
Confirm.
Oh, you got to reject 2 transactions going on here. Click reject on this one. Because we had some transactions that were hanging up from previous. Okay, hit cancel on that one. And yeah, let's see, try again. So basically what we just did there, MetaMask had some transactions that were kind of pending. So we just kind of cleared them all out. So hit
Okay.
bridge token again. Now it's only 1 3 cents. All right. All right, so I think we're actually bridging or doing something now.
You saved 3 cents. Yay.
Hopefully we're bridging.
Saving money is another stream of income, right, Steve? I learned that tonight.
Okay, this might be the actual bridge gas fee now. So it's just a little bit higher. So hit confirm there, and then hopefully this won't take very long. So that first confirm was just for approving the transaction. And then this confirm was actually paying the gas fee to make it all happen. All right. So now when you go back to ultronswap, we should have USDT in there. So if you click on
Yay.
all you have to do on ultronswap is click portfolio and it'll tell you what's in your wallet.
Oh, portfolio.
So we got $99.10. It took out that 90-cent fee. Now I did this with Erin earlier today, and she didn't have any ULX in there when she transferred her USDT.
Mhm.
And I asked her, I said, how are we going to pay the gas fees now to swap that USDT into something? And she didn't know, but we looked at her wallet and there was some ULX in there.
Yeah, they had put ULX in my wallet for me.
So if you don't have any ULX in your wallet and you swap over some USDT like this, ultronswap is going to give you enough ULX to do your first swap.
Oh, wow.
So this is a beautiful thing that Ultron does for us that no other blockchain does for us. Like we tried to do it. Remember, we tried to just do it with Binance Smart Chain, and Binance Smart Chain didn't give us a little extra BNB for this transaction. But UltronSwap does that for us. You had some ULX, so you didn't get it. But if you have 0 ULX, and you bridge some over, you'll get a little bit.
Oh, those Ultron sweeties.
All right, so we're in good shape now. So let's look at the farms list, and you can tell me which one you want to put money into.
The one Malik just mentioned, the
The Ethereum one is paying the best. So if you scroll down,
percent, right, Malik?
yeah, 314.15.
Amaze balls.
It's amazing.
So that's 0.86% per day. It's almost a percent a
Let's
day.
do it.
So in order to get into that one, what we're going to want to do is we're going to first want to swap all of your USDT into ULX. So we do that up at the
Okay.
top under the swap function.
Swap. To USLX.
So the first process is bridge. This is for anybody that's maybe taking notes. The first process is bridge. Once you get the token bridged over, then we got to go over to swap and we got to create the tokens that you want. So the first token we want is ULX. So, looks like USDT is already selected, so we can choose the ULX. Okay, it looks like you did there. All right. And then
Turning USDT into ULX, right?
right. So
Put the amount.
yeah, it usually hits a max or it does something there to tell us.
Oh,
I think
maybe
it was
it's down low.
$99.10 that you had.
So we want to get in there though, right? You said, so I don't want to spend it all.
Well, for the USDT, we can swap all of it.
Oh, okay. So 99. It won't let me put anything in.
Did you
There we
click
go.
liquidity? Okay, I'm sorry. You're under swap. Yep, so $99.10 is what you have.
Oh,
And then that'll create 1,574.95 ULX tokens. So if we go down to, okay, it looks like you'll have to click that to change the network to Ultron. And then a second here. Yep. So now it'll say swap. So if we swap that.
ready? Here we
Yes.
go.
So
Big
this will open up
bucks.
when you swap, it'll open up the MetaMask wallet again.
Wow, those fees were nothing.
Yeah, the Ultron fees are really nice and low too.
Yeah, I love the low fees. It's beautiful.
So go ahead and confirm that one.
Oh,
Damn, that
sorry,
was
I already did.
pebbles, those fees.
You have to multiply that 0.000 number by 0.06 to figure out what that was. Okay, so everything should be ULX now. So what we want to do is we want to turn about 45% of that into Ethereum using swap.
Okay, so we go to swap. We go ULX.
So that one there changed to Ethereum.
Oh, wait a second. ULX, and then we'll change this to Ethereum, right?
Yep.
This guy.
So what we want to do is we want to put about 45% of that. So I would say maybe let's figure out what $45 times 6 cents.
Something. 40, we need 45% of 1582.
So 750 ULX coins.
All right. 750.
And then go ahead and swap that. So you're creating the Ethereum token as part of that liquidity pair. This one here has a little bit higher fee. It said it was a 2 point something ULX fee. So it's costing us like 12 cents to create this Ethereum.
That's nothing for anything Ethereum.
Yeah, if you want to create Ethereum on the Ethereum blockchain, it'll cost you hundreds of dollars.
Man,
Wow.
Just for the gas fee. That goes bye-bye. All right, so the next thing we want to click is liquidity. And then under liquidity, the easiest thing to do is to choose Ethereum there where it says USDT. And then go ahead and click the max there next to Ethereum. That one right there, yep. So that's going to populate all the Ethereum that you have, and it's going to take the equivalent amount of ULX. And if you look at that 747 that's there and compare it to the 832, after this transaction, you will have about 90 or so ULX coins left. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So you'll want to keep some left over for gas fees. And that's why I did that 45%, because that'll create a little bit left over of ULX. So if you go ahead and hit supply right now, then this is going to create that liquidity token. So is this making a little bit of sense?
Teeny
You
bit.
have to bridge it and then swap it to create the liquidity tokens you want to create for the liquidity pair. Then you go into liquidity. Let's scroll down just a little bit and see what the wallet says here. It might say good. I'm trying. Do you see the one that says waiting for confirmation?
Oh, it's coming up in my MetaMask.
Okay. Maybe it wasn't done yet.
It came up again, yeah.
So that 747 there is not a gas fee. That is the amount of ULX it takes to convert over into Ethereum.
Okay.
And you're actually right now creating the liquidity pair. So now that'll say good. So so now you've created the liquidity pair. Now we can go to the farming and stake it.
This is the fun part.
I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Open up that one. Yep. And now your stake is purple. Means you have some of those liquidity pairs. So click on that. This is really easy now. Then all you have to do is hit max. Got all the hard parts done. Hit confirm. So congratulations, Michelle. You're now making ULX as soon as we go through this process here. Just take a little bit longer to confirm that.
Yeah, the MetaMask disappeared again.
It might pop up again with another approval. There we go. So super low fee. So now you got another little fun place you can take a look at every morning.
Yep. Congratulations, Michelle. You're farming ULX.
Thank you. Oh my
You're
gosh,
welcome.
it's so incredible.
So go ahead and hit portfolio again at the top. This is what you can look at every morning. Come on here, hit portfolio. So you can see that in your wallet, you have 85 ULX coins, which represents $5.35. You've got a super low amount of Ethereum that for some reason didn't get added to that transaction. And that's okay. But in your farming, you see where it says farm staked?
Uh-huh.
You have $94.39 of that liquidity pair that is being farmed right now. You still have $539 of tokens. So that represents the $5.35 of ULX and the 3.5 cents of Ethereum that you still have in your wallet.
Okay.
And if you look over there, you can see that you're actually farming and you're getting more ULX from like moment to moment. So that number is
I just saw that it went from 21 to 28.
Yep. So under staked over there on the right hand side is where you'll actually be able to see all of your different liquidity pairs. So right now you just have one, but if you were to have 2 or 3 or more of them, they would all be listed there. And anytime you want to, you can actually click on harvest and you can get those. It's just going to cost you a gas fee.
So if I click on this, you mean I can add more things? Is that what you mean?
Yep. So what that'll do is that'll harvest. It'll be a WULX token, but that'll harvest it into your wallet. I would say don't do it. So go ahead and reject that one right now.
Yeah, you don't want to do that right now because that's going to harvest what you've already farmed and staked, you know?
Oh, okay, got it.
But do you see where it says earned?
Earned, yep.
Right next to where your cursor is there. You actually have made 2 cents. I'm sorry, no, that's 0.02 of Ultron, ULX coins. So the top number is the dollars. You haven't made quite a penny yet, but you've made 0.022 ULX coins in this short period of time.
Wow, it hasn't even been a few minutes.
So now you're at 0.025. So you see how fast this grows?
Love it. Oh my
So you're
gosh,
actually
everybody needs to get
You're actually
this.
making 0.8% here.
This is a huge and fast passive stream right here, guys. Pay attention. Everybody needs this right here. Who doesn't need this in their life? Tell me now. Unmute.
Right.
So because you have $100 or you have $94 in there, I'm going to see if I can calculate how much you're making here. 94 times 0.8. $94 times 0.008, I think is what you got to do. So you're making 75 cents a day of
Hey,
dollar value. So if you go a week, you'll actually have $5.26 every week that you can harvest. And then you can do anything you want with that. You can turn that back into another liquidity pair. You could delegate those coins. You know what I'm saying? You can, those are coins you can do anything you want with.
And that's
That'll-
a huge percentage off of just less than $100.
Yeah, it'll take
Yeah.
you all year in your bank to make $5 off of $100.
That's over 30% right there a month.
So,
sweet.
so this is excellent. We can make our own ULX coins outside of the staking hubs, and then we can do what we want with those. We can delegate those. We can create additional money in our liquidity farm. We literally can do anything we want. We can send them to friends and people. So those are our coins. We can do whatever we want with them.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Brian, Malik, Buster, Steve.
If there's anybody that's confused on this, you can reach out to me on Facebook and I'll walk you through it.
Yeah, the more people that know how to do this and more people that teach others, the bigger community we're going to have. And we can share this portfolio page now with a Zoom. Like we can make a private Zoom call with our people and show them that we're doing this. And I think it'll get more and more people excited.
Absolutely. You know, the thing is that for me, it makes this more tangible as well, you know, because we're accumulating ULX coins in our back office. Everything is automated for us. So it's a big bonus that we get all the extra benefits that we have from our staking hubs. But learning this side of it just makes it more tangible because you're actually using the technology. You're on the Ultron swap, you're staking, you're farming, you're watching the coin in real time. So you know that what you're promoting is the real deal. So like Brian was super skeptical before he got started with us. And once he started seeing how real this thing was, then he became like an ultimate believer. So the more that we learn this stuff and we see how real this technology is, it will increase all of our belief systems here.
Should I stop sharing my screen?
Is there anything else you wanted to share, Brian, or can we?
That's basically it. We did the whole process. I was just wondering, did that answer all of Donna's questions?
I don't think her questions will be answered tonight.
I don't think so. Thank you. I'm just watching it go up. I'm like, did you see that, Michelle? It's how it's gone up already.
Yes.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Donna, is there anything I can answer for you? Is there anything I can help you with?
Oh no, you know what? I need to go. I mean, I need the basics of what farming even is. So
Okay.
yeah, I just need to go back and do some researching of the videos, past videos and stuff like that. But I'm learning. I'll learn a little bit at a time.
Yeah, and the thing
Thank
is
you.
that everyone will get this replay. We're doing this specifically for only the leaders here. Like, this information is not for everyone, but we just want the leaders to be able to learn this stuff, be able to implement it, benefit from it, and things like that. So we'll be doing these trainings every single Sunday, and I'll get the recording out to the team. So we'll have the first recording, talking about the third-party validation, and then we'll have another recording that just goes over the DeFi stuff. So hopefully you guys got value from everything tonight. And I don't want to hold you guys too long. I know it's getting very late for people in different parts of the world, but I appreciate everyone showing up. Thank you, Brian, for for hosting this and for teaching us this DeFi every single week. We appreciate you. And thank you, Michelle, for coming out, being an awesome example for us today, and also for giving us some golden nuggets on the training. So with that, I guess we'll close out for tonight. Appreciate each and every one of the leaders here. You guys are crushing it. And we're here to help you guys have super success. Ultron to the moon, baby. We're crushing all-time highs every single day. Peace and blessings, everyone.
Let's
Thank you
go.
for
Peace and
incredible
blessings.
training, Alec.
Thank
Peace
you,
and
everybody.
blessings. You guys have a blessed night.
Absolutely, brother. You too.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a great night,
Thank you.
Aaron.
Thank y'all very much. Very
Thanks. Bye,
valuable.
everyone.
You're very, very welcome.